my god, Josh is playing Albion online. Has Josh quit World of Warcraft? Yes. To deal with it. It's happened. You got to deal with that. We've got to move on. We got to learn. Merloin the Wanderer says, sellout. Yes, Merloin, I've often said I cannot be bought, but I absolutely can be rented. Your camera is under your overlay. I know. I designed it like that's how we do it. That's a European way of doing it. That's just what happens. You are... I know. Don't be coming in here acting like you know what I'm doing. You don't, all right? You're not ahead of me. I know what's going on. I'm in charge here. Right. With that being said, I need people to help me. So, probably should have started with a different energy, to be honest. Yeah, you know what? I started this too confrontationally. Let's go back. Let's take a moment. First of all, let me just put me... There we go. Now I'm in front of the game thing. Let's just take a moment. Let's relax. Let's chill out. Finally, you can see me behind one specific bar. Didn't realize you stream as well. How are you? I am good. I am very good. I am excited about what is going to happen over the next 2 weeks, I believe. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what is about to happen, let me explain. This is about to happen. Is this a WoW detox session? No, this is a nice little break that allows me to focus on doing something that I'm going to enjoy. Right, guys, here's what happens. Albion Online is a top-down MMORPG, mostly focused on PvP. And last year, they had a thing called the Crucible. Oh yeah, the DVD logo can go away now. There we go. Cool. No more. You don't need to focus on me now. All focus on me. Everyone focus in. Everyone gather in, children. We are going to be playing the game and focusing. Albion Online had a thing called the Crucible. And the Crucible was when a load of content creators basically got together and did like a little challenge thing, pretty much. There was like a 4-week challenge thing. How far can they get? Build a guild, do some good stuff, that kind of thing. And last year, Zizaran won. And they said to me, Josh, do you want to take part in the Crucible this year? Which is where you can gather a guild, build up as many people as you can. It's a 2-week sprint, effectively, as fast as you can possibly go. And the guild will earn points through doing various things. And I said, you know what? No, I don't really have that much of an interest in doing that, to be honest. It's not really my kind of vibe. And then they said, Zizaran's taking part again. He's probably going to win again. And I went, well, we can't be having that, can we? So my objective is not to win. Because I don't think that's going to happen. Let's be real. Let's be fair. Let's actually focus on what's going to happen. But we can make it difficult for Zizaran to win. That is my entire focus right here. That is the vibe. That is the idea. I hope you got paid at least. So do I. Otherwise, we're going to court. Right, so here's the plan. You can have up to 300 people in an Albion Online guild. Join the guild. It's free. Do stuff for the next 2 weeks. In fact, it starts in 1 week. When it starts, do stuff for 2 weeks. Guild earns points. Highest earning guild wins. That's pretty much it. That's the whole thing. That is the... Albion is indeed a sandbox, as a man with a raspy voice once told me. As a man once said that Albion is a sandbox MMORPG. Remember that old advert? You're going to get your entire crypto savings on me winning this Crucible thing. I will not. Like, I straight up won't. I'm pretty much guaranteed not to at this point, to be fair. You said it in the raspy voice. Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG where you are what you wear. Remember? Remember that one? So yeah, my vibe here is not to beat Ziz. I know I'm not going to. But what I might be able to do is at least stop him from winning as easily. Is it click to move? Yes. Now, I need to actually focus on this game, which is super annoying, because I need to keep moving out the way of enemy attacks. Like, I can't just look away like I was playing WoW. Because when I'm playing WoW, let's be fair, I'm really not paying that much attention. But now I need to... Oh, good, I'm level 5 mace. When I get level 10, I can get the next good mace. But now I've actually got to focus on this game. Is it click to move like League of Legends? Yeah, kind of. Like left click, right click moves you around. Left click also attacks enemies if you click on them, and you've got abilities on the bottom of the bar. And the way that you set your abilities up is the abilities are actually linked inherently to the weapon. So each weapon can have multiple abilities that you choose and activate. So right now, because I'm not great with maces. I've not unlocked the other abilities, but right now my Q attack does a defensive slam. If I can... Well, it has a hidden enemy for it to work. But what I could do is change it to a kind of spinny thing instead. So you set up the way you want your weapons and armor to work. Kind of like Guild Wars 2. And there's also abilities on the armors as well. And the capes and the shields and, you know, all that jazz. Yeah, kind of like Guild Wars 2 cross with League of Legends. So I'm going to be here for the next 3... I have to focus on the game and we have to focus on you. That's too much focus. Anna, you can do this. I believe in all of you. Come on. We can do this. And if you want to get involved in the guild, you can. It's free. You don't need to spend anything. There should be a link if someone types !Albion. Have you ever seen an MMO with less UI than this? Yeah, absolutely. I've seen loads of MMOs. You can turn the UI off if you want to. So the guild so far has... how many people? 61 people out of 300, and we started it yesterday. So if you guys would like to get involved in this as well, it's free. And you only need to be here for, I don't know, like 3 weeks. The first week is just prep. What's the origin of the word Albion? It's an English word, isn't it? I think it's an English word. It was... Old Albion was something to do with England? Oh yeah, we're also teaming up with one of the more successful Albion Online streamers. We have got... Hang on, we've got Nomad Poncho with us as well. I'm pretty sure it's Nomad Poncho, not Poncho Nomad. I'm pretty sure it's Nomad Poncho. Let me double check that. I should probably work out who I'm, you know, playing the game with. 99% sure it's Nomad first. Hang on, guys, don't go anywhere. Hang on. It's Nomad Poncho. There we go. Cool. Right, Nomad Poncho is playing... I had a lovely chat with him yesterday. He was great. Nomad Poncho was lovely. And they have assigned... What they've done is Albion Online have basically assigned any of the big streamers who are playing Albion Online in the Crucible, they have assigned them a professional. I don't want to use the word carer, but it does kind of work. So they have assigned us a carer. And Nomad Poncho is my carer because I require a lot of care and he is very good at this game. I don't think the rules of the challenge make a lot of sense. Here's the rules. In 1 week's time, the Crucible 2 begins. That will be a 2-week period of guilds trying to earn points. You can earn points in many different ways. You can earn points via killing other people in PvP. You can earn points via gathering. You can earn points via crafting. You can even earn points via PvE challenges, which is likely what me and the guild will be doing. So if you wish to take part and earn as many points as possible, you're at level 32. Congratulations, man. Absolutely, congratulations. How to join the guild? In the game, you go through the tutorial, you join the European server, and then you search for the guild Lords of Strife. If we go to search, you should be able to search Strife, and there it is. And then you click apply. There you go. Is there any benefit between playing Albion on Steam or via their app? You can even play it on mobile. So, no benefit at all. Can you trade in your points at the prize counter in the arcade? Yes, you will get a pencil topper. That is what you will get. Now, I don't need to actually play the game right now, but this is my preparation time. I'm like Batman, but with Albion Online, and less like Batman. I'm kind of like a cheaper Robin. That's the way to look at it. You know, I should just stand here and take damage. Like, I'm building a tank build. I can just get hit. This is fine. If I'm not in Fort Sterling, you can still join the guild even if you're not in Fort Sterling. That is fine. That's just where we all started. I mean, you guys can just... Last year, and I think what will happen again this year, is some of the big guilds do this thing where they just get like really high-level players to join the guild anyway. But I don't want to do that. I want the point of this is to be like a new thing. I want people coming here. I don't care if we don't win. As long as everyone's having a good time, I'm having a good time. Why am I wearing 3 layers of clothing inside? I'm wearing 2 layers of clothing. All right. Only this jumper and this shirt. That's all you get. You know, as soon as I said, hey guys, I'm going to be playing Albion Online for the next 3 weeks because of the Crucible event, I got hundreds, literally hundreds of messages saying, have you quit WoW? In all seriousness though, guys, some people have a complete inability to understand that it is possible to play more than one game. Like, how people have this you must play one game and one game only kind of mentality, which to me honestly is a bit weird. Like, it's odd. Is that an unusual mentality to have? Why did you quit? Do I realize how insecure this makes you? I'm sorry, I know that many of you gained your validation entirely from me playing the same game that you played. And I understand that it is remarkably difficult to comprehend that I may at one point play a different game. I'm sorry. I genuinely am sorry that's happened. You either play 1 or 2 good games literally forever. That is the entire point. How dare you call yourself a gamer when you never see... People are like, hey, I must play 1 game forever, which seems silly. Albion is fun. I'm going to do a group dungeon in a minute anyway. Are US players allowed to join via VPN, and will that help the cause? You don't need a VPN. You can just choose the European server. Albion Online's fine with that. Like, when you start the game, you just select which server you want to go on. I've always found it weird that other games don't let you do that. I mean, obviously, I played RuneScape before I played World of Warcraft, so I had no concept of how worlds even worked in World of Warcraft. You can just choose the server. Yeah, you know what? It's very similar. The cereal thing is a great way of doing it. The idea of, you know, if you don't eat the same food every single day, have you quit that food? And I'm like, no, I've just done something different for a moment. Now, I am built as a tank, so I really should not be doing any kind of solo adventuring, because I'm just absolutely not built for it. But I can just smack these guys around with a mace. This is the Dead Mines. That's what this is. This looks like that. Maybe that's why I'm here. Maybe it reminds me of the Dead Mines. This reminds me of better times. Servers did used to hold identity in their names. That is a lovely way of looking at that, to be honest. I like how you can interrupt enemy spellcasters by just smacking them in the face with a mace, because I'm going to be honest, that would interrupt me. Like, if I was doing something and somebody just smacked me in the face with a mace, I would also be interrupted. I would find it, I think, difficult to focus on whatever I was doing from that moment onwards. Can I stop being so whelming? No, it's a skill. This is what I do. We do need more people to join the guild, so once you have accepted and got in. Now, I must ask this about the guild. We can only hold 300 people. And because of that, I do ask that I'm not going to be elitist with this. I'm not going to say you've got to be experienced, you've got to be a good player. That's unfair on everyone. But what I will say is, because we have a limited amount of spaces in the guild, if you are able to get into it, do at least try to play. I think that's a fair thing to ask, because otherwise we're going to get hundreds of people who want to join, who immediately take up a space, who then don't play. And I'm not bothered about the winning. I'm bothered that people that want to get involved get a chance to get involved. I think that's a fair way to put it. Because with the World of Warcraft guild, we had an absolute ton of people who joined because they just wanted to be on the stream for a minute. And wanting to be on the stream is fine, you know, I get it. But at the same time, we want people who are actually able to use the spots. Like, if you want to be in the guild, I'm not going to stop you. I would just ask that people use that space well. Set up a quote of doing something every day and just kick those who are inactive. I wouldn't want to say you've got to do it every day, because, you know, life happens. You know, it's just like a dad gamer guild. Life happens. And I know that Zizaran, who is playing in the Crucible again, is going to be streaming like 12 hours a day. I know he's going to be doing that. I have to occasionally go outside. You know, touch some grass. You mean people have to turn up and be active? What a shocking statement. They do have to turn up and be active, but you would be amazed how many people do not. You would be genuinely surprised how many people just don't do that. The guild is open for vets or just newbies. Anyone. Doesn't matter what job you've got. If you're a vet, if you're a doctor, if you're a pilot, if you're an actor, anyone can get involved. That's fine. Never seen Albion Online. Interesting to learn some new stuff from you, mate. Sheba, do you work for Albion Online? Are you checking that I'm following all of the rules and regulations? You're like, Josh, why should I play this game? He's busy with the PoE gauntlet for 1 week. Good. I can't win. There's no way I'm going to be able to beat him. He knows way more about this game than I do. Hang on, I'm not fighting this dude while I'm also being bombarded. That's stupid and irritating. Albion is basically stay out of the red of the game, which shouldn't be a major problem because I am speccing into a tank build, but at the same time I know it's going to suck if I just stand in the damage all the time. This version of WoW looks weird. It's a different camera angle for the Dead Mines, but it's still basically the same thing. Can you join if your mum is missing? She might be in Albion, you never know, you might find her. Didn't you say that full PvP games are not your cup of Earl Grey? I did, which is why, if you notice, you'll see that I'm not doing PvP, because Albion Online has a load of PvE challenges now. It has single-player expeditions, like I'm doing. It also has multiplayer expeditions, and it has team dungeons. Now, last year, the Crucible event was very heavily PvP focused. You earned points by killing other players. But this year, the way that guilds can earn points over the 2 weeks the event is active is much more varied. There will be ways to earn points that are PvE, ways to earn points that are PvP, ways that are gathering, ways that are crafting. Is there weapon swapping? Yes, you can put whatever weapon on you want and whatever armor on you want, and different combinations all work. One of the weapons I got was a lance, and I got it because it looked cool. That was the only reason. So it's not I don't need it, but like, I mean, look at it. It just looks cool. And then you get to choose which ability, and I'm going to go with... I've got the Forest of Spears, which is my favorite attack with it. Yeah, so I just go with this. Isn't the whole game PvP area? Nope. Only the red zones and black zones. The early zones, white, blue, yellow, whatever they are all opt-in PvP. I wonder how many Albion Online players will say you're playing the game wrong. If you're having fun, you're playing the game right. That's how it works. And every weapon has like a different style of attack. And I do enjoy the lance. The lance looks cool. How's the PvE content and loot-wise so far? PvE content's fine. Complicated enough to be slightly more difficult, but also not like overwhelmingly complicated, which is good for me because I'm not a complicated man. Not to be rude, but I'm noticing correctly that you look chubbier than usual. Blue Pill Man, there is literally no way to say that. That is not rude. That is a remarkably rude thing to say, and I think you need to reassess how you interact with people socially. But I mean, the lighting's not great, and it is just after Easter, so yeah. No one's ripped all year round. Cultivating mass. It is weird when people come on and go, hey, not to be rude, but I'm going to say something really, really offensive right now, which is weird. But no, I've definitely gained some weight because of the amount of Easter eggs that I've bought. So what I'll do is I'll just wait until after Easter and then hit the gym really hard. That seems like a plan. And then people will come on and go like, oh my goodness, why? Hang on. Oh yeah, the lights are different in the room. That's why the lighting is definitely odd. People will be like, oh, you look different. Yeah, that's how people work. Wow, what happened to WoW? Nothing. It's just in the background for a bit. I'm looking forward over the next 2 weeks to repeatedly answering the question, did you quit WoW? Because people are unable to process the idea that we may be playing other games. Can't believe he quit WoW. Same game, different weight. What's going on? What? Different game, different weight. What's going on? I mean, yeah, I'm not going to not eat a chocolate egg. You put a chocolate egg in front of me, it's being eaten. And then I'll just hit the gym after that. Sounds good to me. It always does surprise me how socially inept people online are. Maybe that's the problem with the internet. Oh god, a week from now when they're like, Josh, have you quit WoW? People never cease to amaze me. Just joined 6 seconds ago, so I haven't heard your explanation. Did you quit WoW? That's a fun time. It's a fun time. I could do this offline. Could have just streamed offline. Didn't need to be here. And yet, I decided my mental health was just not worth anything, to be honest. It was mostly useless. Is this a better version of RuneScape? It's a different game, so no. It is a different style, a different gameplay. And once I finish the Crucible, people will be like, did you quit Albion? No, I just did what I needed to do. Turned up, did what I needed to do, and then left. Is this a better version of Albion offline? You know what, in that case, yes. This is a better version of Albion offline. I have mastered the boots. I have level 9 mastered the shield. Oh, by the way, for you guys who are like, how much mastery is there in this game? A lot. So this is the Destiny wheel, and this is where all of the skills are. This game basically saw what Path of Exile 2 did and went, hold my beer. But it all flows out from the center. So, let's imagine that you want to use this weapon. Imagine that you want to use the Frost Staff Crafting Specialist. You want to be able to craft the Frost Staff. Okay, cool. Follow the line back up and realize that to access that, you need to be a Frost Staff Crafter. And as you craft Frost Staffs, you unlock all of these things. But to get that, you need to have done this. But to get this, you need to have done this. It's pretty much just a case of blah, 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 step, 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 step. So if I want to be able, let's have a look. So weapons, let's go to Mace Fighter. Okay, cool. I want to use a cool mace. When I get to level 10 Mace Fighter, I can use these maces. In order to get to level 10 Mace Fighter, all I have to do is kill stuff while using a mace. That's pretty much it. So as I kill stuff while using a mace, I will gain mace experience. As my mace level goes up, I can use better maces. That's kind of it. That's just how it works. What roles am I planning to do in PvE and PvP? I want to be a tank. I want to be a PvE tank. You guys can do the damage. You guys pick up some fire staffs, pick up some bows, pick up some swords, whatever you want. I will stand. Can you dual wield maces? Some of them, yes. In fact, you can even see what some of them look like. Let me see if I can find them for you. The dual wield maces would be... There is a special pair of maces that you can use. They are these ones there. The Oathkeeper Combat Specialist mace. So yeah, that's when you get the ability to wield those things. I'm going to treat this event the same way that I treat any event that I'm invited to. I'm going to turn up, drink far too many free cocktails, talk to someone about Magic the Gathering who does not care about Magic the Gathering, and then leave. Okay, I've got a system. Don't mess with it. I know what I'm about. That's what we're going to go for. And when someone's going to say, yeah, Josh, but is your guild going to win? Probably not. But you know what we will have? A good time. Provided that you aren't bothered about winning. If you really are, then you're going to be upset. Can you outline what's the event? The Crucible is a 2-week challenge which begins in 1 week. During those 2 weeks, streamers will form guilds. During those 2 weeks, the guilds will complete challenges. Completing challenges earns you guild points. At the end of those 2 weeks, the guild with the most points wins. And the streamer that owns the guild gets real-life prizes. Last year, Zizaran won, and he got sent a physical pair of swords made by the YouTube channel Man at Arms, based on some of the items within Albion Online. If any of the mods are online, Inju, can you find the swords that were won last year? It's a pair of blades. It was super cool. The thing is, Zizaran won for 2 reasons. 1, his guild was full of some of the best players in the world. And 2, he is an incredibly dedicated player. Like, Zizaran is another level when it comes to understanding games. I've met him in real life. I've hung out with him. We went to an axe throwing event together. Don't ask who won. It doesn't matter. And he was a lovely guy. He's very focused, but he is super driven. A lot of respect for him. A lot of respect for that dude. His guild was pretty much the best of the best. Now, my guild will be the whelming of the whelming. Like, we are going to embody 7.5 out of 10. What does super driven mean? It means he will be playing for 12 to 15 hours a day. We know that I didn't win. It doesn't matter who won. I just said that. I said don't ask who won. It doesn't matter. It's not important. All right? We had a good time. I feel that 7 out of 10 is when something starts to get like a little bit bad. I know it shouldn't. 5 out of 10 should be average, but we all know the reality is. 7 out of 10 is when it wasn't as impressive as it could have been. 8 out of 10 is when it's quite good. So I think 7.5 out of 10 is the most whelming score.